Nistir 8286D, using business impact analysis to inform risk, prioritization, and response. Well, it's great to see that NIST is tackling mission-based risks to our organization and yet leveraging the business impact analysis. Business impact analysis traditionally was used and it is used for identification of critical business processes that impact business continuity, yet have all the right elements to identify any critical asset to the organization. So leveraging those, just enhancing and the purpose of business impact analysis, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So it's great that the Nistir is out there for comments. So please go on this website and provide your comment on that document. It's very important, that guidance for the industry in identifying what is critical to your organization and how to identify them. And of course, in an event of an attack, be able to respond accordingly. So the challenge that the organizations may have and may face, and I'll discuss a few examples here, is that identifying those critical assets is critical and yet difficult in any organization. And the larger you are, the more difficult it becomes. However, the steps and elements to approach that is always the same. So a challenge here for you: ask around your organization. Contact someone that does BIA on your organization. Ask, what are the critical assets in your organization? And you will get an answer that most likely will sound like we don't deal with assets, we deal with processes. And then you ask your security operations center, your SOC, what are the critical assets that you are monitoring? Give me 5 of them, but put a limit to it. Just give me 5 of those assets. And most likely you will hear something to the effect of, well, we monitor everything on the network. We not necessarily focus on one asset over the other and overall. And then go to your IT department, ask give me the top 5 critical assets in your organization. And most likely you're going to get an application list versus an asset list, or a mix of, because that's what IT support their customers on, is providing the business, but not necessarily that. And you will have sort of a list of prioritizations and which one are critical according to their view, and you will see that list won't match. So the challenge is that we all here to protect what is critical to the organization, that has the most financial impact to the organization, yet we don't know what they are. We don't have at least a single view, a combined view of what that list should be, and a common agreement. So the business impact analysis and what Nistir is doing here is essential and fundamental for every organization to understand how to identify, how to agree upon what is critical to the organization. A mission-based risk assessment to the organization will identify those critical assets, those crown jewels that financially impact the organization, their mission, their vision, and the services that they provide for the shareholders, for the customers, for the community in general. Those are important in the organization. So what the Nistir 8286 provide is that step, that guidance. We all know that you cannot protect the organization 100%. And we all know eventually it's not a matter of if, but when you're going to get hacked. So here is a challenge for our cybersecurity architects. So if we know that we will get hacked, regardless how much effort we put, right? Identifying those critical systems become even more important, because you need to find a way to logically isolate those systems if a hack occurs somewhere else in the organization that you identify. Focus should be not the entire SOC, not the entire CERT team should be focused on the hack itself, but a portion of that team should be focused on these critical assets, increasing monitoring, increasing alert, and try to logically isolate those systems. So it barrier them, put them behind a barrier that isolate them from the hack that is occurring. So that is something that the cybersecurity architecture team should be focused on as well, as part of a solution program to the organization. So once again, just go ahead and go to the NIST website, Nistir 8286D, and provide your comments.